I need to begin this by sort of setting the stage. Under Article 8 of the state constitution, each child in Virginia is entitled to a free and adequate public education. And I think we can all agree prior to the year 2020, that would have assumed access to in-person education, the ability to be with your peers, to meet with your teachers face-to-face, the ability to participate in school sports, school activities, the ability to live life like a normal child or a normal teenager. And that has been denied to our children. And I think it's fair to say that none of us anticipated the COVID pandemic that would happen. But the bottom line is it was the state that shut down the schools in last March, when the governor issued the order that shut down all public schools as of March 12th. So we have already shown that we have the ability to shut the schools when we deem it urgent enough to do so.
First of all, stay at home does not mean safe at home. And many of our kids are not necessarily safe at home. We are seeing the evidence now. We see increased depression. We see increased suicide ideation. We have kids that are living in trauma-filled kinds of environments. We have abuse that we know is going unrecognized. And this is documented across the country with studies that have been done. And this is all happening when kids have no safety net. The safety net for our kids are our teachers and our coaches and their friends at school. And we need to make sure that they're safe. When you compare those risks to the risk of COVID, those risks vastly outweigh COVID for children. Children are less likely to contract COVID, they're less likely to be seriously ill from COVID, and they have less risk of transmission to teachers or vertical transmission.
A single mother who's raising 2 children. She has 2 jobs, and in both jobs she's earning between $10 and $12 an hour. She has to work to put a roof over her head for her kids. There are no options. Grandmother, a father to the children, that's not there. It is her and her obligation alone. She can't give up those 2 jobs. Now, if she were to bring those children to daycare, that's a 3rd job, which is simply not practical. But what's happening to those kids? She is going to work. Those children are sitting at the table. Maybe grandmother is there. And maybe grandmother is struggling through the internet to make sure that they stay hooked up, or if it goes down, is challenged to get it back up and running. Those children, if they don't go back to school until September 2021, will lose 18 months of school.